Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite news destination. I'm Kabir Naqvi and you're watching In Your Interest, a show that's totally about people and what's actually in your interest. Now, the spirit of Mumbai, something that is usually taken for granted as well, is a much abused phrase to brush off civic apathies ailing the maximum city. From challenges due to incessant rainfall to overcrowded suburban rail network. It is always a tragedy waiting to happen in Mumbai. And that's what happened today. 5 people were killed and around 8 others seriously injured after they fell down from an overcrowded train. The incident that took place near Mumbai in Thane district happened after passengers hanging from the footboard of 2 overcrowded trains and their backpacks brushed against each other when the trains were passing each other by in opposite directions. And just like that, in a jiffy, lives were snuffed out. The opposition is demanding action in the meanwhile.
The rail mantri has become a real mantri. There have been multiple accidents in the railway sector in the last 2 or 3 years which have been terrible, but no one's coming forward to claim any responsibility. This is solely the responsibility of the railway department and the railway minister. Sadly, the railway minister is busy making funny speeches and comic voices, making reels, but not coming forward to take responsibility for the people of India who travel in railway.
प्रश्न असा आहे की ती रेल्वे चालते कशी? हे जगाला एक आश्चर्यच आहे. खरं तर अनेक वर्ष याच्यावरती अनेकदा मुंबईतल्या लोकांनी हा गोष्ट केंद्र सरकारला सांगितली की त्याच्यासाठी एक वेगळं महामंडळ तुम्ही करा, ते रेल्वे मंडळच वेगळं करा, कळलं का? अजूनही काही होत नाहीये त्या सगळ्या गोष्टींसाठी. रेल्वे मंत्री म्हणून काय करतात? आता हे सगळं आनंद आहे त्याचा. रेल्वे मंत्र्यांनी राजीनामा द्यावा. राजीनामा कशाला द्यावा? जावं तिकडे, बघावं काय चाललंय ते, सुधारावं.
इसका जिम्मेदार कौन है? इसका जिम्मेदार खुद रेलवे मंत्री और रेलवे प्रशासन है. रेलवे मंत्री ने जो है वो इसकी घटना को देखते हुए राजीनामा देना चाहिए और रेलवे प्रशासन को भी जो है वो कड़ी कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए. क्योंकि हम लगातार संसद में ये बात कर रहे हैं कि जिस तरह दुनिया भर में अगर आप जाएंगे, दुनिया भर की आप ट्रेन को देखेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिक दरवाजे बंद होने की वहां सिस्टम है. वो सिस्टम आप मुंबई में क्यों नहीं कर रहे? ये हमने बार बार लगातार रेलवे मंत्री से कहा है. क्योंकि हर दिन मुंबई में रेल की घटनाओं में 7 लोग मरते हैं. दुर्भाग्यवश उनकी दुर्घटना में मौत होती है. और अगर इसका आप सालाना रखेंगे तो 2,500 लोगों की दुर्भाग्यवश जो मौत है वो रेलवे अपघात में होती है, रेलवे दुर्घटना में होती है. और इसके जिम्मेदार पूरी तरह से रेलवे मंत्री, रेलवे प्रशासन है.
Now, incidentally, Indian Railways today announced that all new rakes being manufactured for Mumbai's suburban network will be equipped with automatic door closing mechanisms to prevent passengers from falling from these moving trains. And the Railway Board also confirmed that all the rakes currently in service on the Mumbai suburban network are going to be redesigned. Now, in 2024, 2,468 deaths were reported in Mumbai railway suburban services, a drop from 2,590 fatalities in 2023. But around 7 lives are lost daily on an average on the Mumbai rail lines. And the causes are varied, from falling off these trains to various line crossings that become fatal. And the big question that we are trying to ask, railway is undergoing modernization. We're looking at all those visuals, all those inauguration ceremonies and the foundation block laying ceremonies. But isn't it time to improve basic services first, and that too at a faster rate? To decode these questions, joining me here on the broadcast, Chitra Batham Kahar, spokesperson for the Congress Party, Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson for the BJP. You've got Chandrasekhar Jha, state president and national spokesperson, Shiv Sena UBT, and Jayant Menkar, senior journalist. Mr. Menkar, let me come to you quickly before we, bring in the political voices onto the show here. Now, were we waiting for another tragedy to happen for the government to announce that automatic doors is going to become a necessity in the coming days? Mumbai, lifeline for many and a death trap for at least 7 people per day. Those are the statistics that are screaming at our face right now. And we're talking about modernization, we're talking about electrification, but our suburban railway network seems to be unsafe, at least for the 35 lakh riders taking part on the Western Railway front.
You're right, Kabir. In fact, you have touched the vital chord. But let me tell you, you have given the figure of only 35 lakh or Western Railway. Let me put it, 75 lakh people travel every day by all the 3 or 4 local lines.
That's right.
In fact, and every day there is a pouring of 1,000 new entrants in the financial capital of the country. Every day Mumbai is getting 1,000 people new entered. They are staying right from the slums to the Malabar Hill to Pali Hill, everywhere. And let me tell you that most of them are lower middle class and middle class, whose main mode of transport is not something very, luxurious cars and AC, this AC trains or AC. Actually, the local is the basic transport. They even avoid buses. And so the infrastructure has to be increased on local. But unfortunately, what you said is correct. Neither earlier, since last 10 years that I'm seeing, the infrastructure, you are having bullet trains, you are having Vande Bharat Express. But what has actually been done for the local? Nothing has been done. It is as it is. Actually, we need to have the platforms from both the sides. This particular issue of closing the doors, even why there is a line crossing and there are over 1,000 people are dying. Is it that if you are constructing the road, so you will have toll plazas and you will have another income source? Is it that there are some more financial dealings when you construct the roads and the bridges and other things? Or same way for the last 10 years we are hearing
Right.
for the underground metro, and a month before we have seen the situation of one of the major stations of that underground metro, what had happened to Atre Chowk metro station. So we are admittedly lethargic for the public transport, and unfortunately, this government is more concentrating on the private transport. There may be cars, there may be Mercedes and others, but
Right.
what is happening to the real lower middle class and middle class travelers is a pathetic.
Let's take that same question.
And
Let's take that same question. We've got Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson for the BJP. Let's begin with you, Mr. Pandey, because the government at the helm of affairs is a BJP majority government. We must speak to the BJP spokesperson here as well. My first question is going to be, who's really accountable for this? Because we're talking about modernizing our airports, we're talking about modernizing our top-notch railway stations, but what about suburban safety? I mean, all those people, the family members who've lost their loved ones today, many grievously injured as well, who do they hold accountable? Now, what door do they go and knock on? This is going to be another legal hurdle, but what's going to happen for these 75 lakh riders that are taking these 1,300 plus trains every day?
Sir, this is a very unfortunate accident which has happened, and what is the reason that is known to everybody, that because of the bags suddenly I know that almost 7 people die every day on the track.
And people have come to contention with it. They've made some sort of calm with the fact that, okay, 7 people are going to die. Once more than 7 people die, maybe we'll look about it and talk about it.
No, it's not like that, sir. Sir, you try to understand. More than 75 lakhs people every day travel by local train. If you see what all has changed in Mumbai, you see that the kind of metro rail network work is going on. Can anybody say that it is not happening? Can anybody say that the kind of connectivity in Mumbai, it is going to be improved very soon, because several metro lines are being inaugurated. You have seen that road connectivity also, because of the coastal road, if buses have started coming, so that will also reduce the pressure on the railway. I am very sad, and everybody is sad because of this incident. And as you are saying, who is responsible? We all are responsible. The railway is responsible. I am not saying that running away from the responsibility, sir. But the larger question, you have to see that what all changes is going to take place in Mumbai, or it is taking place in Mumbai. The kind of road infrastructure which has gone up. You have seen after 40 years, this Atal Setu is now connected. When the buses have started running to going to Panvel, sir. The railway tracks, 4 lanes have been increased. Now government has taken a decision that that in all metropoles there will be automatic door locking system. So this issue will not come up, that following all these things. In several, if you go to the railway station, you go to local, many AC coaches now, the automatic door locking system is already functioning. All these things are happening, but this is a very unfortunate incident. Government is trying its best that how to reduce. You see, 75 lakhs people are traveling through local train. More than 7 to 8 lakhs people are traveling through metros. All this is happening and the kind of road network is improving. I know for the maximum city, I think we need to do more, a lot more to stop all these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Chitra, how about you come in on this, spokesperson for the Congress party here? And before the political brinkmanship continues, let me tell you, Congress has also been at the helm of affairs in the state. And, the passing of the buck just continues to happen. But what essentially is being done on the ground? Take a look at what happened in New Delhi. You today also cannot enter the railway station. For Delhiites, it's a given that you leave the taxi or the cab right at the red light and with your luggage walk in because it's so difficult to even get inside. The stampede fiasco that happened in New Delhi. I mean, are there audits, are there simulations that are being done to understand what kind of overcrowding happens, especially between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., which is when 16% of all the deaths in Mumbai have occurred during the wee office hours when crowd and rush is at its most.
Hello Kabir, good evening to you and all your viewers. It's a very sad day, and while the government is busy self-boasting and is busy in fake celebrations for its completion of 11 years on this very same day, reality has exposed the fake governance model of the Modi Sarkar.
No, I agree, Chitra. See, the idea is that your party has been calling this, criminal failure of the system. But is the Congress only interested in blame politics, or does the Congress party right now have a clear plan for this as well?
Let me just give you some facts, Kabir.
Yep.
The incident that has happened today is not a singled out incident. It has been recurring, and around the same time last year in June of 2024, the Mumbai High Court has stated that it is a shame. It's a shame the way in which the commuters are made to commute in Mumbai. 75 lakh people commute every day using the lifeline of Mumbai, the railways, the local railways. And I must tell you that 80% of the entire railway traffic, in the complete Indian Railways traffic, comes through the local trains that are run in Mumbai. But you will be really surprised as to how much budget is allocated. Only a meager 5% budget is allocated for infrastructure development. So, and also the automatic door closing brakes that they've been talking about here, the BJP spokesperson, I must tell you that the Mumbai Rail Vikas Corporation's tender was cancelled for 238 rakes was cancelled last year itself in 2024. So they are not serious about developing or building local train infrastructure or giving even the basic amenities or facilities to Mumbai locals. They are busy in chasing hollow dreams of Vande Bharat and bullet trains, which we are not seeing as a reality even today. Vande Bharats which are almost traveling empty, and still a lot of focus is being given on that.
No, I absolutely agree. But before I move on, Chitra, I must ask you as well, because Mumbai's rail problems are decades old. This 7 deaths a day average figure hasn't just come out of nowhere, out of thin air. What did the Congress party do during its time in power? And is there a comparative analysis that one can talk about, whether what's happening right now and what the Congress party did back in the day? Even if it didn't do anything, is there a clear game plan of how we can make suburban safety a real talking point today?
Well, I must tell you that Congress party has always worked for the welfare of the people, and we have always kept the welfare of the people over and above, beyond chasing the hollow dreams like bullet trains, etc. We have always said that the basic amenities for Mumbai locals should be given a priority, but nobody, the government does not give you any listening to those respective demands which come from the Mumbai people every now and then. So, as I said, the Congress party has always kept their basic demands as a priority. In fact, a lot of infrastructure development that has happened when the 5 lakh people that have been traveling, that has increased only during the Congress tenure. Many rails were introduced, many new lines were introduced, many fast tracks were developed during the Congress development itself.
Safety.
You know,
Chitra, we're talking about safety and not the advent of mod train. We're talking about suburban safety. It's a talking point that all successive and subsequent governments need to talk about as well. Let's bring in more players. Let's bring in more players onto the discussion. We also have with us Chandrasekhar Jha, State President and National Spokesperson for Shiv Sena UBT faction. A very warm welcome to you, Mr. Shekhar Jha. Many thanks for patiently waiting. Let's talk about the budget allocation, because I think Chitra spoke about the allocation in the budget. When you talk about total railway allocation and allocation of suburban safety, how much of money actually goes there? Is there a lack of joint accountability? Today, 3 different parties are at the helm of affairs in Maharashtra. Do we need more joint accountability, more audits, more simulations of overcrowding? What's really the problem here? Because let's start talking about it. Let's not talk about new trains that are coming in. Let's talk about how we can already manage the crowd that we have.
See, the first thing is that the BJP does not want to answer on the negativities which is being in the railways, and they want to show certain picture which is not the true picture of the railways which is happening till now, and that is the reason for the accidents which are happening. Eventually, if you see in the parliament, the railway minister and the finance minister even said that we are focusing on the safety of the trains as well as the passengers. But eventually, day by day, we see that there is no kind of appreciation in any kind of safety precautions or safety audits. And whether the safety audits are being done time to time, whether the things are being done in accordance with the rules and procedures, those things have to be determined by the ministry itself. The ministry is getting failed for what purposes they have to show us, and they have to show the public also that why these accidents or deaths are happening day by day. So the precautions lies with the railway ministry. We are not the entity, or we are not the persons who will advise the railway. The railways have to form their own guidelines. The railways have to form their own safety audits, and they have to decide whether the implementations of those safety equipments or the protections which are being taken care of, whether these are useful, and these has to be determined by way of test. So those things have never happened, and eventually the railway ministry has failed considerably for last 4 to 5 years. The accidents which have happened, see, if you see, if we were in the government, the opposition, if BJP would have been there as an opposition, they would have demanded the resignation of the Minister of Railways. And eventually, if we demand, they come to the conclusion that it is a mishap. And it's a very negative thing which the people are also capturing it. Even the opposition is also capturing it, because nowadays the ministry only does want to show the picture which is not real. The real picture has to be shown by the ministry itself. So this is a big gap by the ministry.
No, but I think be in power or in the opposition, one can always make the right kind of voice. It can raise the right kind of, noise for these kind of discussions coming to the fore. Nobody is talking about simulations. Nobody is talking about overcrowding. People are already talking about bullet trains. Who's talking about bullet trains or not? That's a different question. And how hollow those trains are. That's also a different question, but nobody's talking about simulations. Nobody's talking about suburban safety. Mr. Menkar, come in on this. We've heard all, the political parties here. And let me tell you that the BJP, which is in the opposition in the state of Karnataka, is now talking about the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah vis-a-vis the RCB victory parade, stampede, and the overcrowding again becoming a problem over there. They're calling it criminal negligence over there. Can the same blueprint be used in the case over here? Because one has to understand the Mumbai's rail crisis is a chronic apathy, but is it about misplaced priorities by the government right now? How does one look at this, Mr. Menkar?
Yeah, it is definitely a misplaced priorities. I mean, yes, I cannot say even that about Bangalore tragedy also. Bangalore tragedy should not have happened. Yes, it is a fact, because I have seen how even 2024, after winning the World Cup, Marine Lines was overcrowded, but it was managed. So that should have been managed. That is something different. But let us come to the fact about the train incident. It's a fact that I raised this point in my earlier this thing. 1,000 people are coming every day in Mumbai. I think we should not miss this particular point that Mumbai is getting overcrowded. Like you said about Delhi and Mumbai are the cities. There you need maximum infrastructure. And now the point is different. Which maximum infrastructure? Is it the bullet train? Is it the Vande Bharat Express? Is it the airport? Or is it something that was mentioned that the metro carrying 7 or 8 lakh people? So in place of just lifting these carrying 7-8 lakh people, metro, which is local, which is carrying 75 lakh people per day, killing 7 people per day, 2,500 per year, I think more infrastructure, more money should have been given here. Okay, you have the locking doors. Immediately, you need to, pour more local rakes, because right now the gap between two locals is 4 minutes. So you need to take it to 3 minutes. If you need to take 3 minutes, you need more local infrastructure. Just demanding the resignation is something different. Think properly, think infrastructure wise, and then you realize this bullet train is really unnecessary. Sometimes you feel this Vande Bharat, as you said, going empty is really unnecessary. What you really need is something for 3 crore Mumbaikar and Thanekar. The people living in Mumbai, over 3 crore people. Out of that,
That's right.
from every home, one person is traveling in local train, and the family needs good infrastructure, and they are not getting. And particularly, I'm just even saying about Congress and BJP also, because BJP is ruling for the last 10 years, and what Congress did, yes, they have done, whether they have lacked or not. But the point is this: in last 10 years, more concentration is made on the hi-fi project, the bullet trains, the Vande Bharats, the airports, and that is wrong. It should have been concentrated on the local, the needs of
I think
middle class.
that's where it's lacked, Mr. Menkar. You know what, Mr. Pandey, let's bring you in on the discussion once again. I could see you jot down some points. I could be wrong as well. So we'll give you time for your rejoinders as well. But, help the viewers also understand why basic safety measures like closed doors, and this is not about, whose government is in power, because I'll tell you who made the Atal Setu Bridge. It was the people and their money that made the Atal Setu Bridge. It's not about who inaugurated the foundation project and under whose domain it finally got completed. The people did it. It's people's money. People wanted it. It was done for the people. Why are basic safety measures like closed doors? I mean, look at Germany. Even their most rudimentary railway will have a closed door and automatic door setup. And closed doors, it's still not universal in Mumbai, that uses metro, that uses the local so much. It's Mumbai's lifeline. So much of, odes that have been delivered for the Mumbai local, so many movie scenes, movie shots. I mean, you could go on, poetry, so much is done for the Mumbai local. It is truly a lifeline. Why no automatic doors for so long? You have been in power for the last 10 years at least. People are heaping praises on the Modi government completing 11 years.
You have put a question. First you said that it is made by the people of this country. Absolutely. That is the people money, your, my money, tax money. But you have to see that who is starting the work and completing the work. We have seen what was happening about Atal Setu. It was in the Congress mind for 40 years. The international airport, what has happened? So don't say. Political leadership certainly decides and it helps. That is first point. I don't want to go into that debate today. Congress spokesperson is saying that it has happened. If you see, I have just searched one in 2010, more than 3,300 people died in rail accident in 1 year. That time, around 55 to 60 lakhs people were commuting from the local train. Right now, it is more than 7,500 and the death count has gone down. Still, I am saying I am very sorry. We are very deeply hurt.
Let's move ahead, Mr. Pandey. Let's move ahead. What do you suggest needs to be done in terms of crowd management?
Shame on the BJP spokesperson to talk like that.
Now, don't tell. This is not a debate. I'll just conclude, then you can tell, madam, whatever you want to ask. What I'm saying, if you see in this country, when the railway tracks were there, where the crossings were unmanned, after the BJP government in power now, every crossing is banned. So we said this in 2018 or 19. You can see the report. Now we are saying in Mumbai, every bogie will be with automatic gate closer, and you will see to it that it will be done. That is first. Second point, that metro network improvement and their connectivity will improve. The stress on the local train will go down because of the improvement in the coastal road and other things and metro line. We are trying, and government is duty bound to implement all these things, sir. We are not saying, I told you,
How many
now
more
around 8 lakhs people are traveling through metro. I am saying I have just given you one data. 2010, ask how many people got killed in a local train accident. And what
So your
was
prime
the
point essentially being
quantum of
that
the
with
people?
each passing year, the deaths
You
are
want to
going down and we are taking care of it. I've
That
completely
is
run out of
saying,
time. Chitra, I'm going to give you the final say.
Politicize this issue.
Shame on you.
This is not.
Shame
this
on
is
you, BJP
death, sir.
spokesperson.
This is
You want to
death. We all
politicize
are
the
happy.
deaths of people.
We are
I
sad.
also can
But
single out
Congress has no
incidents.
other job to
Remember the
politicize
incident
this
of the
kind of
Parel
thing.
station,
That's the main
the
point. Thank
stampede,
you.
the way in which people were killed. The way in which people were killed. So don't politicize the deaths of people. You're giving nonsense statistics and just shunning away with your responsibility. The way in which, the manner in which the rates of the platform tickets or the tickets were raised, why that much amount of money was not invested in the infrastructure? Why do we need airport-like railway stations? We don't need all those hollow promises or not to be used or ghost infrastructures. We need realistic infrastructures. We need infrastructures that lakhs and lakhs, crores of people are using. You are not listening to their voice and you are investing their money somewhere else. You clearly have your misplaced
All right.
priorities. You can shine as much as you want. You can glorify yourself of 11 years as much as you want.
All right, Chitra,
But reality,
we got the point. Your point taken, point noted, and we've heard all the political sides as well. We've heard a journalistic voice as well. That's the situation that we're dealing with right now. Chitra, Mr. Pandey, Chandrasekhar Jha, and of course, Mr. Menkar, always a pleasure to have you with us on News9. Thank you for joining us here and talking to us about this, because we need to talk more about suburban safety, not just about bullet trains. Of course, that's also equally important, but we also need to talk about infrastructural, real pragmatic infrastructural development that talks about auditing and simulating how much of crowd can be accommodated in a single space. All of these cases that we're learning of, right from the Mahakumbh to the New Delhi railway station mishap, the RCB victory parade, it's all about logistical failure right at the core of it all. And if we start paying attention and focus to that, maybe all these lives can be saved as well. That's all the time we have for you in this edition of In Your Interest. Top developments right on the other side. Thanks for watching.
2.5 lakh strong legacy and counting. Join the big league with the XUV 700 with celebratory offers up to rupees 75,000.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.